USA, International, Canada, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the 5 spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, Queens. This is your man and homie, G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, your host with the most, misunderstood lonely nomad, creator, YouTuber, unstoppable independent podcaster, and of course, Queens, New York native who is also a New York Mets fan from the neck of the woods of Laurelton, Queens, New York. And yes, you're now rocking with me by tuning in, listening, streaming, and watching the 387th episode of Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York Avenue podcast. Live and direct in the comedy space of my room, StreamYard, alongside with YouTube. If you miss on any episodes whatsoever, don't worry. Every episode is uploaded to the YouTube channel page for you to catch up on. And while you at it, grab that subscribe button for me on the YouTube channel page, G Money Stacks 555. I will show the YouTube channel to make it simple for people to actually look for it. It's in my link tree. I am going to display it at the end of this podcast episode. All right. And for those of you that are new, welcome to the show and happy Women's History Month. And yeah, yeah, I'll say this, man. This weather has been so tricky. So hopefully by next week I should be able to go out and stuff. But anyway, man, I hope y'all had a good week. And what do you say we get this show started right now, man? In this segment right here called the New York Mass Transit Files. Let's do this. All right. Here's what's happening. We got some transit stuff that we gotta talk about too. All right, just a sec. All right. Here we go. So, make sure I have everything. Hang on 1 second. Yes. Wait. Let me make sure everything I have is in the description of this episode. So let me get to the topics at hand that's going to be discussed today. All right. Okay, wait a second. All right. Okay, here we go. All right, let's start off with the Staten Island Express, shall we? Let's start off with that. Okay. Here's what's happening, and this took place during the winter time, actually. A an express bus stops and park and ride lots of Staten Island are covered in ice and snow, making it difficult for commuters to safely get to work in Manhattan this week. Staten Islanders told AM New York Metro Thursday that they feel the big wigs in charge of buses. Snow removal and sanitation in the borough are not stepping forward with plans to fix the dangerous problem. Many of the express stops are located in the borough's South Shore neighborhoods where commuters have to walk far or drive to local park and ride zones to hop on an express bus for their often 2 hour commutes to the rest of the city. The icy surfaces are frustrating commuters, with some fearing they will fall while running to catch an arriving bus. I see that all the time though, man. People chasing after a bus and they bust their ass. I've seen that for years though. This is not new. Anyway, oh shit. Oh shit. All right. End quote. It was so icy, I was tempted to walk in the middle of Highland Boulevard like I have done in the past, said Flipper Grisafi, a commuter and express bus advocate. But people drive like maniacs in the bus lane, so I take my chances on the ice. Grisafi catches the catches the Sim 7 or Sim 9 at Nelson Avenue and Highland Boulevard, a small hub where various express buses stop in Great Kills. Oh wow. That's a strange fucking name for an area. Oh shit. She said the stop, including the sidewalks, lawns, and street, was covered in ice and snow on Thursday and is rarely cleared after winter storms. There are 3 businesses there, and the sidewalk is never cleared. She described it's so dangerous. AM New York Metro reached out to several government agencies responsible for bus operations and maintaining safe conditions in NYC. Those who responded pointed fingers at other agencies as being responsible for the cleanup. Although express buses are not, excuse me, although express buses are part of the MTA New York City transit system, a spokesperson told AM New York Metro that the agency is not responsible for conditions at bus stops. The city's Department of Transportation has that duty. Yeah, right. But a DOT spokesperson directed AM New York Metro to the NYC Department of Sanitation. This agency oversees snow removal on roadways and bike lanes, but also bus stops without shelters, the spokesperson said. DSNY did not respond to multiple requests for comment. Streets aside, private homeowners and business owners are responsible for clearing sidewalks in front of their properties. Failure to clear sidewalks can result in fines starting at $100. A complete sheet of ice. Meanwhile, things are even messier at the borough's handful of park and rides, sprawling lots, parking lots where commuters park their cars to catch express buses. Express bus rider, Express bus rider Wendy Rabiner said she saw people almost fall and slide on the ice at the park and ride in Huguenot on Huguenot Avenue because the conditions were so bad Thursday morning. Driving and walking in the lot is treacherous, especially at night, she said. The lots are not well lit. I've been watching people slide while walking and almost falling. It's absolutely terrible. Jeez. Jeez, man. Jeez, that's crazy though. Sometimes Rabiner would take the Staten Island Railway to the Staten Island Ferry into Manhattan. She said the conditions on the M Run train are usually better. The steps and platform are well salted, she said. Another commuter who expressed her concerns to 311 and on social media said the condition of the lot has been an impediment for people of all ages getting to school and work. It's a complete sheet of ice, and children have to walk and staff members have to get to school, she posted on Facebook. AM New York Metro contacted the State Department of Transportation, the agency that oversees park and rides. However, a person who answered the phone at the regional office in NYC said that the agency does not handle local streets. Yeah, right. Thursday evening, a spokesperson sent AM New York Metro the following statement in quote, while NYSDOT owns the Outer Bridge and Huguenot Park and rides on Staten Island, both are maintained by New York City DOT. These are the only park and rides owned by NYSDOT in the city. We have requested New York City DOT perform additional snow and ice cleanup at these locations to ensure the safety of all travelers. Meanwhile, express bus riders do their best to navigate icy conditions along their commutes. I hate seeing the lots like this. It's dangerous, especially for us older people. Longtime express bus rider Dave Conrad said, "It's just another issue to deal with." All right, up next we have. Hang on a minute. All right, we got a little breaking transit news that we got to talk about here. This is crazy. So, police are on the hunt for a Brooklyn subway slashing suspect who allegedly attacked a man nodding off on a train on Sunday. According to law enforcement, the bloody incident occurred at around 8:40 a.m. on March 9th at the Utica Avenue and Eastern Parkway station on the 4 train. Jeez Louise, man. These motherfuckers who's doing slashing and stuff have really lost their fucking minds. Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. All right, where were we? Yes. Okay. All right, so the 31-year-old victim was sitting and sleeping on the train when the brazen brute came up to him and slashed him on the face with an unknown object, police said. It is unclear right now if the perp said anything before committing the terrifying act. They did not know each other, authorities said. After assaulting the man, the perp bailed, fleeing on foot to parts unknown before officers from the 77th Precinct and NYPD Transit District 32 arrived. Meanwhile, EMS brought the victim to NYC Health and Hospitals Kings County in stable condition. Police on Monday released surveillance photos and video of the suspect, who remains at large. He is described as having a medium complexion, is approximately 25 to 35 years old, and stands about 6 feet tall with a thin build. He was last seen wearing a brown hooded jacket, black pants, and red and black sneakers. So far, no arrests have been made, but the investigation remains ongoing. Anyone with information regarding the attack can call Crime Stoppers at 800-577-TIPS for for Latinos who speak Spanish. You can dial 888-57-PISTA. You can also submit tips online at crimestoppers.nypdonline.org or on X, formerly Twitter, at NYPD Tips. All calls and messages are kept confidential. All right, next we have another transit topic to talk about. We got another transit topic to talk about. So, a new city report released on Friday found that preventing cars from parking near intersections only provides a, a pittance of traffic safety relief. According to an NYPD excuse me, according to a NYC Department of Transportation study, daylighting, a practice of prohibiting parking at intersections to prevent collisions, only works in specific situations and under certain parameters. At its worst, daylighting can even make traversing through intersections very dangerous as lead foot drivers might speed up if they see a clear path, the report revealed. Jeez. Local politicians and advocacy groups have often said daylight areas which are marked with signage or physical barriers such as planters, bike racks, or bollards help improve traffic safety. In fact, Mayor Eric Adams announced in 2022 that at least 100 intersections would have bike corrals by the end of the year to help provide better visibility for drivers, cyclists, and pedestrians. But the new report, which the DOT was required to conduct under the city's local law 66 of 2023, found that daylighting does not have the effects many people anticipated. In quote, hardening, no, excuse me, hardened daylighting or daylighting with physical infrastructure installed as such as planters or safety bollards had a statistically significant safety benefit with relation to pedestrian injuries, but was less effective than other street safety treatments, the study read. And daylighting with the only signage and no physical barriers fared worse. On average, daylighting with signs alone was not found to have a statistically significant safety benefit, though DOT researchers found that signs could be helpful in some instances when visibility is a particular concern. DOT Commissioner Edonis Rodriguez said he would use every tool to safeguard road users. He also highlighted the city's ongoing Vision Zero initiative that aims to prevent traffic deaths. Every New Yorker deserves safe streets, and under Vision Zero, we are making historic re- progress reducing traffic injuries and deaths across our city, the commissioner said. Half of all traffic fatalities in our city occur at intersections, and we will use every tool in our toolbox to make them safer places for everyone. The findings in this report will inform our data driven approach to safeguard pedestrians, cyclists, drivers, and all who share our streets. The DOT report examined 756 daylighting zones and 7,558 intersections with fire hydrants. While hydrant zones do not fall under the term daylighting, they still represent areas where cars are not permitted to park. Researchers then compared these zones' injury histories with those of other locations citywide. They found that the hydrant zones were associated with a 30% higher normalized rate of pedestrian and total injuries. A possible reason for this increase in injuries: drivers might go faster if they have a wider range of visibility. Visibility is a positive for traffic safety if it allows road users to see each other clearly and use that information early to avoid a crash, the report read. However, increased visibility can also give a driver the sense that all possible risks are known, uh, encouraging faster speeds, reduced caution, and less attention to the road. Adding more physical infrastructure to daylighting. However, transportation advocates said that the city and DOT officials should not totally dismiss daylighting. We've we've always said that it's not just the removal of parking, but also the inclusion of some type of physical elements. Ben Furness, director of nonprofit transportation alternatives, said in a Gothamist article. The report said the DOT will still use daylighting on a per situation basis, not universally, as part of the agency's ongoing safety toolkit. It will also prioritize using other intersection safety features besides daylighting to reduce vehicle speeds and improve visibility, such as sidewalk extensions, which officials said have greater safety benefits. AM New York Metro contacted the mayor's office for comment on the story and is awaiting a response. Um, next we have next we have wait a second. Wait. Next we have um next we have the transit officials completely federally funded study on Cross Bronx Expressway redesign. 1 second, folks. Sorry about that. Um, according to AMNY, city and state officials on Monday unveiled a Cross Bronx Expressway community driven, federally funded study on a multi year effort to reconnect communities that have been divided by the highway for over 50 years. The NYC and NYS, which is New York State Departments of Transportation, released the study's final vision report on March 10th. It includes a series of short, middle, and long term goals that address community identified issues around public health, safety, open space, and traffic congestion. It also includes proposals for street redesigns, transit and accessibility improvements, bike network connections, and open streets. The 2 year visioning study also highlights potentially capping or building green space above certain areas along the busy highways corridor. Residents and some area politicians have long said that the highway divides neighborhoods, increasing asthma rates while decreasing safety and walkability. End quote. We are deeply grateful to all the community members who participated in the 2 year study, as well as our partners at the state and level for helping us arrive at this day. A solid vision for a more connected, healthier, more walkable Bronx, said Deputy Mayor for Operations Mira Joshi. We look forward to working with um, SDOT to advance these concepts through preliminary engineering. Many of the study's short term projects and programs will start in 2025. They feature new bike connections, better public transit reliability, and enhanced safety for roadway users, state and city officials said. Some of these immediate projects include street redesigns to reduce traffic injuries and deaths, planning initiatives to expand the cycling network and redesign intersections for safety, bus stop upgrades, public seating, bike parking, and improvements for neighborhoods abutting the highway, developing pedestrian, cycling, and public realm improvements between the Bronx Zoo and the Bronx River Greenway. Upgrades to make it easier and safer to connect Starlight Starlight Park and the Crotona Park East neighborhood, as well as between Virginia Park and Virginia Playground. With this milestone, New York City takes a huge step towards improving quality of life for the communities that live along the Cross Bronx Expressway. Um, NYC DOT Commissioner Edonis Rodriguez said, "We look forward to advancing these short and midterm improvements while supporting the state in their efforts to further study long-term solutions that will help create better transportation connections across the entire Cross Bronx corridor." So the the Cross Bronx Expressway is about 7 miles and runs through the Bronx, dividing neighborhoods in a way that advocates have said creates barriers for many residents. According to the website Segregation by Design, between 40,000 and 60,000 people were displaced by the construction of the highway, which started in 1948 amid an era in which master builder Robert Moses spearheaded a campaign to ram expressways across the city landscape. It would take more than a decade to complete the Cross Bronx Expressway, which is notorious for traffic as it is the primary interstate connection between New England and New Jersey, capping certain areas along the Cross Bronx Expressway corridor. Other middle and long-term projects include more studies, reconstruction along the Jerome Avenue corridor and other areas, and potential highway caps. Transportation officials said long-term projects concepts, including the possible highway caps, would require large amounts of city, state, and federal funding. However, they explained that once funding is awarded, planning, design, and eventual construction processes Could proceed. Each long-term concept would require additional engineering study, design work, environmental review, and extensive community engagement. The completed study comes 3 months after a coalition of elected officials and advocates gathered in the Bronx's Starlight Park on November 25th to launch their No Cross Bronx expansion campaign. Danny Pearlstein, Policy and Communications Director of the Riders Alliance, a bus and subway riders advocacy group, said at the launch that expanding the Cross Bronx Expressway would be a mistake worse than the canceled backward boondoggle LaGuardia Air Train. As for the final vision report, he doubled down, saying that through hold on, thoroughfare needs to be transformed, especially for health reasons. After filling kids' lungs with soot for several decades, the notorious Cross Bronx Expressway must be transformed, he said. With support from the Biden administration, city officials conducted a robust community engagement process. Now it's time to get to work. Now it's time to get the work done. Protect families by prioritizing trucks and buses on major parallel streets and send regional and national traffic away from Bronx children. Bronx Borough President Vanessa Gibson described the final vision report as a landmark study that she said is critical for reimagining the highway. In quote, "It is a testament to the power of community driven solutions as we work to address the public health, safety, and environmental concerns that have for too long affected Bronx residents, she said. She added that advancing the study's goals will improve traffic flow, open space, and accessibility. I look forward to continuing to collaborate with our partners at the city and state levels to turn this vision into a reality, Gibson added. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the transit topics um, in the comments below. All right. We have a passing. We have a passing that we have to talk about here. Of course, obviously, this is in regards to Irv Gotti. All right. Now, I'm pretty sure y'all remembered how 50 Cent actually sued Murder Inc. and all other stuff, right? I don't need to go into details of what happened. I'm pretty sure y'all know about it already. So we're gonna get into this right here. Chatting on the jazz. All right, let's go. Unfortunately, we have a passing in the hip hop world recently. Um okay, most recently. Okay, so this is according to Hypebeast. Producer and Murder Inc. Records co-founder Irv Gotti has died at the age of 54 years old. The news was confirmed by the Hollywood Reporter. However, a cause of death was not revealed. Gotti, whose real name is Irving Domingo Lorenzo Jr., was a Filipino American descent and was instrumental in creating some of music's biggest hits in the early 2000s. He signed the late great DMX in 1997 and oversaw the development of his debut studio album, It's Dark and Hell is Hot, as well as worked closely with the likes of superstars Ja Rule and Ashanti. The music exec's career also included producing a track on Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt and Ye's Violent Crimes and Brothers. Wow. Just wow. Just wow. Um oh man. Okay. All right, so Def Jam has lost one of its most creative soldiers who was hip hop. Um Lyor Cohen, who worked with Gotti at Murder Inc. Records and currently YouTube's global head of music, said in a statement. In quotes, when we were on bended knee, he brought the heat and saved our asses. He comes from a very tight, beautiful family from Queens, and it's an honor and a privilege to have known him. Irv, you will be missed. So SIP to Irv Gotti. In other words, sleeping power. Now, this next topic, I want to actually get. I always, I've been waiting to actually talk about this too, actually, because so a couple of weeks ago, one of my homeboys hit me up with a audio recording. I'm not gonna say who. Um, he basically mentioned to me in regards to an SEO, and I'm really skeptical about having. I'm really skeptical about this SEO shit when it comes to YouTube. So here's what's going on here, man. According to WebFX. So unfortunately, there are plenty of SEO agencies and freelancers out there constantly trying to scam honest businesses in order to make a quick buck. It often takes weeks and months to see any appreciate appreciable results from even the most legitimate SEO efforts, which makes things even easier for scammers. By the time you realize they are not actually helping you out, you've already been paying them for months. Jeez. Jeez. Yeah, this sounds like a scam right there. It sounds like a it sounds like a fucking scam to me, actually. And I'm not falling for that shit.
Go! Go!
You might be asking yourself, what the hell and the flying fuck is an SEO? Now, so let's take a look at this. So it often helps to set a baseline of knowledge when vetting an SEO proposal for validity. If your expectations are properly set, it's much harder for scam artists to sneak lies, false promises, and inaccurate information past you. So, an SEO is a long term, ongoing digital marketing strategy. If you structure your website in accordance with Google's best practices standards, publish content that adds value for your customers, and make relationships with other websites across the internet, your website will appear higher up in search engine results. And SEO is a pillar of most modern day online marketing efforts. Generally speaking, the stronger your SEO efforts are, the more long term success you'll see online. SEO is governed by well established rules, practices, and techniques. In other words, everyone is doing essentially the same thing with different approaches and angles here and there. What SEO isn't. SEO is not a quick fix. Proper SEO work takes weeks and even months to yield results, and there aren't any shortcuts. SEO is not one and done, it's an ongoing strategy that requires constant work and maintenance. If you get your website up to the top of the search engine, results and then sit back and relax, you can be sure it won't stay there long. SEO is not a science. While it's true there are sets of rules and practices that everyone follows, the entire concept of SEO is predicated on search engine algorithms. These algorithms change frequently, and so does the landscape of SEO. Now, there are 5 ways you can spot a scam when it comes to an SEO. So we're going to start off with identifying an SEO scam. With all with all that information in mind, there are a few common red flags to watch out for when considering an agency or freelancer for your SEO work. They promise you, number one, they promise you fast turnaround. Again, there aren't any quick wins with SEO. Search engines like Google want to make absolutely sure they are providing users with relevant search results, and they don't rank websites quickly to avoid making mistakes. Truly effective SEO strategies involve a lot of planning upfront. Agencies need to take the time to research and understand the industry your business is in. Take stock of your current website, come up with a content strategy, perform keyword research, and more. This all takes time to do, and even after implementation, it will take some time for search engines to take the changes into account. If a prospective SEO service is guaranteeing you results within a short or extremely specific time frame, they are not worth your time or your money. Um, so this is red flag number one. All right. This is red flag number one. This is red flag number one right here, man, which is very, 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 very alarming, folks. Because this shit is not a game, man. This shit is not a game. Um, this is very alarming. I hate to say this. Number two, they claim insider knowledge. Short and simple, absolutely no one knows exactly how Google's search engine algorithm works. It's so massively complex and ever changing that Google engineers themselves don't know how it works in its entirety. Successful SEO is based in testing, industry experience, and the publicly available information disseminated by Google. No one has insider knowledge. So agencies that claim they do not, excuse me, so agencies that claim they do might be the single biggest red flag when shopping around for SEO work. Number three, they guarantee impossible results. Now, legitimate successful agencies will promise things like ranking on the first page for a certain number of keywords within a certain time frame. That's completely fine and isn't necessarily a red flag. What you want to watch out for are outlandish guarantees like ranking number one for an extremely competitive keyword in a short time frame. Things that things like that simply aren't possible to guarantee. Something else to consider is how the guarantee is made. Different industries require different amounts of work and time for effective SEO strategies. More competitive, crowded industries will always take longer to see results in. For example, if an agency or freelancer promises results without even asking about or mentioning your industry, you should be very skeptical. Yeah, as you should. As you should. Number four, they mention outdated techniques. This one can be tough to catch, especially if you are still brushing up on your SEO knowledge. There are a number of SEO techniques that were extremely effective years ago when Google's algorithm was in its infancy. Most of them don't work at all today, and many will actively hurt your rankings rather than help. Some common ones to look out for are keyword stuffing, cramming as many search keywords as possible into your content and or meta descriptions, buying or trading backlinks, provide blog networks or PBNs, a network of dummy blogs used exclusively to rank other websites. Anything referred to as a black hat technique. Some of these techniques can still be effective in the short term today, but but will get your website penalized or even de-indexed from search engines if you are caught using them. Number five, they are ambiguous about pricing and can't or won't provide references. These two qualities are the hallmarks of an agency just in it for your money, which is a damn shame, man. A damn shame that, greed is a curse and a jinx. You know what I'm saying? While there is no such thing as industry standard pricing for SEO work, any legitimate agency will easily and willingly provide you with an upfront cost estimation based on your specific needs. If a prospective SEO partner is wishy washy or vague about pricing, it could be a sign of exploitation and artificially inflated costs down the road. Similarly, every single agency worth partnering with will be ready and waiting to provide you with a portfolio or list of references that you can contact at your leisure. This one's pretty straightforward. No references equals no business. Grow your revenue today. It can be pretty stressful to all keep all of this information in mind when looking for an agency to partner with, but it's worth it in the end. A proper SEO will be a proper SEO agency will be helpful, mindful of any business specific circumstances you may have, and most importantly, will deliver results. ah, um, if you are actively looking for an agency to head up your SEO strategy, we love to help. And at WebFX, our expert team of internet marketers has years of experience crafting custom, affordable, and effective SEO solutions for clients across the country. This is, listen, man. I'm gonna actually say this. I'm gonna actually say this though, man. Not just with the SEOs, but anybody who hits you up on Instagram to say that they are quote unquote podcast promoters and stuff that don't have email addresses, don't have the portfolio and evidence to actually show their work. It it goes to show that these motherfuckers aren't legit. The same way with the 5 reasons to avoid SEO. I'm gonna show you something at the end of this podcast. At this podcast, I'm gonna show y'all something. I want to show y'all something actually. Um, yeah, I want to show y'all something actually at the end where you can actually find it though. All right. All right. So do not get caught up in the scam. Please. If you don't see a phone number, if you don't see an email address or anything like that, please do not fall for that. Please do not fall for that bullshit scam. All right. I can't stress this enough though, man. And speaking of stress, man, can we talk about Marcus Jordan for a second? Oh my gosh, man. All righty then. Can we talk Marcus Jordan for a second? According to USA Today, um, new details released in the criminal case against Marcus Jordan, one of NBA star Michael Jordan's adult children, shows police arrested the reality TV star earlier Tuesday after his Lamborghini got stuck on a set of Florida railroad tracks. Florida railroad tracks. You had to be you had to be the dumbest motherfucker ever, man, to get your ass stuck in the damn railroad tracks. Wait, but wait, there's more to this story. According to court records obtained by USA Today, just after 1:30 a.m., police found Jordan, age 34, in the blue luxury SUV with the headlights parked on the train tracks. Maitland, an Orange County suburb north of Orlando. Oh man. This is so fucking ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is so ridiculous, man. You know what I mean? Very, very, very ridiculous. This is very ridiculous right there. Um oh man. This is ridiculous. Why? Why, man? Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, but there's more. There's more. After confirming, one second. After confirming with local dispatchers, a train was about 10 minutes away from approaching the railroad crossing area. Court documents show two Maitland police officers, no, excuse me, Maitland Police Department officers approached the SUV where they said they saw the vehicle had sustained damage and learned Jordan had been attempting to get the vehicle off of the tracks. um the tires were halfway buried in the dirt and rocks on the tracks from being spun repeatedly. An officer wrote in the criminal complaint, I noticed the front bumper of the vehicle was covered in rocks from the tracks and there was damage to the bumper. The complaint goes on to say police soon learned from dispatches Jordan's vehicle was suspected of just fleeing a nearby a traffic stop initiated by the Seminole County Sheriff's Office. The county is directly north of Orange County. Police also wrote Jordan's eyes were repeatedly bloodshot and glassy at the scene, and he was confused where he was located. Video shows Jordan's encounter with police before arrest. I made a wrong turn, Jordan told officers. You think, motherfucker? What the hell were you thinking? what, what the hell was he thinking, man? Oh man, what the hell is he thinking, man? I'm dead. I'm dead laughing, man. This is too funny. I can't help but laugh though, man. I can't help but laugh though, man. Like this is just beyond. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. Ah, yeah. This is too funny, man. Oh man. Yeah. Well, I've already got concerns about your level of impairment, a police officer responds to Jordan. Why? This just happened right now. We thought we were making a right, and I turned onto the train tracks. Jordan responded. I'd like to get my car out. We'll deal with it after this. The officer says, then takes Jordan into custody on allegations of DUI. Marcus Jordan called his arrest a joke. According to a police report, officers said Jordan walked with a quick, stiff gait as he entered the DUI testing center aggressively and repeatedly pulling away from the officer. The report goes on to say Jordan made several spontaneous statements and called his arrest a joke. Can't you play some holiday music? He allegedly said, "Play some Mariah Carey in this this motherfucker." Y'all got motherfucking quarters, I guess. Way to do your homework. Marcus Jordan free on bond after DUI arrest. Jordan, whose home address is listed in Orlando, was booked into jail on Tuesday, according to Orange County Corrections Department online records obtained by USA Today. He was arrested on charges of DUI, cocaine possession, and resisting arrest. An Orange County Sheriff's Office spokesperson told USA Today Tuesday. On Wednesday, Jordan was free after posting a $4,000 bond, the sheriff's office spokesperson said. Really? Really? Say it isn't so. Hmm. Okay, where were we? An arraignment date on the charges had not been set as of Wednesday, and the attorney of records was not listed in court records online. Jeez. Who is Marcus Jordan, you ask? Marcus Jordan is one of Michael Jordan's children and a contestant on the Traders Season 2, a reality TV competition steaming on Peacock. No, streaming. It's streaming, not steaming. Oh shit. Oh man. He's a former guard and he's a former guard for the Central Florida Knights basketball team and was previously romantically linked to Larsa Pippen, the ex-wife of Scottie Pippen, until last year when the couple called it quits. Yeah. Damn. I don't know, man. I don't know. Um where okay, so let me see. Um, let's see. Hang on a second here. Um, drips. Okay. Hang on one second. Yes, there is a Pepsi drink called okay. Hang on one second. All right, let's talk drips for a sec and what it is actually. All right, so this is from Supermarket News. Um, New York PepsiCo has leveled flavor, giving customers more ways to enjoy. PepsiCo away Home's new mixology offering Drips by Pepsi has launched 8 exclusive crafted beverages, including Pepsi Forever S'mores, Tropicana Cotton Candy Lemonade, Rockstar, Rockstar Pineapple Upside Down Cake, and more. Oh man. This just sounds ridiculous though. But anyway, okay. Tapping into the growing trend of consumers creating expected twists on their favorite beverages, Drips by Pepsi has given fans a premium experience with the brands they know and love in unique recipes crafted by expert mixologists. Fans can savor iconic Pepsi Co products from Pepsi and Mountain Dew to Rockstar and Lipton iced tea, enhanced with a selection of fruit syrups, creams, popping boba, fruits, and berries, or other delicious mix-ins. Consumers, especially Gen Z, not sure what that is actually, folks. So don't ask me what that is, are increasingly seeking crafted beverages that provide new flavors, combinations, and colors. They are unafraid to experiment, often with our products at the center, says Scott Finlow, Chief Marketing Officer, PepsiCo Away from Home. Drips by Pepsi is designed to understand these trends better and build PepsiCo's capabilities in this space so that we can better meet the needs of consumers and our customers. We're continuing to deepen our insights and build our capability at PepsiCo to continue to lead the way in beverage innovation. The Drips by Pepsi truck will pop up in New York City, which already happened already. This took place in September. Um, with various beverage combinations crafted based on trending and classic flavors. The Pepsi Forever S'more has Pepsi and coconut and lime, finished with s'mores over whipped cream. The Starry Berry Basil includes starry, strawberry, and basil, finished with diced strawberries, a lime wheel, and basil seeds, and the Starry Dragon Fruit Blast includes starry and watermelon garnished with dragon fruit. Two of the Mountain Dew drinks include the Dew Chill Dill, which has cucumber. Oh no! Wait a minute. Since when do you put cucumbers, which is a vegetable, in soda, man? Like, what is wrong with people? That is the most terrible combination I ever heard. Oh shit. Oh man. I'm sorry, but this is just too funny and weird at the same time. Anyway, let's keep going here. Oh man. Yeah, cucumber and basil and is garnished with a dill pickle spear and the Dew Spicy Splash, which has lime, chamoy, and tajin, and is garnished with a gummy worm. Oh Lord. Oh my Lord. The mango The mango horchata consists of Lipton lemon iced tea with mango coconut horchata over strawberry boba, which is finished with cold foam. The cotton candy lemonade consists of Tropicana lemonade over candy boba, which is finished with floating cotton candy. Finally, the pineapple upside down cake has a rockstar focus with orange, pineapple, and and grenadine, finished with whipped cream and a colorful orange wheel. Drips by Pepsi is special because it takes the learnings of years of innovation and recipe development to develop, to deliver unparalleled new flavors to consumers and customers nationwide, said Chief Kyle Shadix, CRC MSRD, PepsiCo's corporate executive research chef for global beverages. By leveraging the breadth of the PepsiCo beverage portfolio across sodas, teas, energy drinks, and more, there's no limit to the enticing combinations we create for fans. Oh my, yo, the pickle in the soda really threw me off here, man. That to me that shit sounds disgusting, man. That's something I would not try out though. I'm sorry. We all know that pickles is a vegetable, but why would you put it in soda? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous right there, man. Why the hell would you do that? Why the hell would you do that shit though, man? Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Why would you do that? Oh man. That's crazy though, man. Give me 1 second, folks. I want to take a look at something real quick. All right. Before I wrap up here, man, I want to actually do something for, people who are doing their their launch premiere of their podcast and stuff. I want to give y'all some podcast free game right here in this segment right here. Hold on a second. I want to give y'all some free game on this. All right. So This is called podcast free game mechanisms. This is a segment where I actually give y'all some free game on the types of equipment that you need and the types of software and all that great stuff to start your podcast. All right, and of course, I'll get into why you do not need an expensive studio to record your podcast episodes. So here we go with podcast free game mechanisms. Okay, here we go. All right, folks. For those of you out there that wants to start a podcast, I'm here to actually give y'all some tips on the types of equipments that you need and my reason why you do not need a expensive fancy recording studio to record your podcast. All right, here's some key ingredients that you need to start a podcast. All right, all you all you need is a laptop alongside with a microphone, headphones, a supporting software. I'll even throw in StreamYard, which is what I use for most of my podcast shows. And most podcasters use StreamYard and along with other supporting softwares that's different from StreamYard. Um, you also want to you also need a supporting you also need a hosting site. You also need a hosting site. I'm using Spotify for creators. For example, I use that for my podcast content episodes. When you go there, right? If you plan on using that, there is also another hosting site called Megaphone. All right, you can also use that as well. Um, so another supporting software that I would actually recommend is Streamlabs. That's another supporting software where you can actually use it for YouTube. You can use it for Twitch, and of course, like I said, with StreamYard, you can also connect with YouTube, Facebook. You can also connect with another feature that StreamYard actually put in there, which is Instagram as well. You can use that as a live stream um, platform, and you can also yes, you can also get something to um you can also get something for lighting purposes. Like you can get ring lights. You can get ring lights from Amazon. You can also get some glow in the dark LED lights, which is what I use. And I would like to throw in um the reason why you don't necessarily need an expensive recording studio to record your podcast episodes. It may work for some people. It may work for some people, but it doesn't work for everybody. You feel me? The reason why I say you don't really need a fancy expensive recording studio because you the producers, the engineers and all that stuff, they're very expensive. I tried to figure out a way to actually record in a studio, but at the same time, they're very expensive. And I personally don't want to do that because that kind of creates, limitations in terms of doing just an hour episode. When sometimes for me and most podcasters, their episodes are usually between 2 hours and sometimes 3 hours, which is kind of like how I do it, depending on how many topics you have. Depending on how many topics you have, it doesn't really matter. So, so there you go, right there. There you go, right there. Am I missing? So here we go. So going over the types of equipments that you need. You need headphones. You need a laptop, microphone. You could get the microphone at any store that sells them. You can get it at Best Buy, you can get it at Target, which is where I got mine from. You can even get it at Walmart for that matter. Or you can even order it online like Amazon, Wish, you just name it. So yeah, so you need StreamYard. You got StreamYard, you have Streamlabs, and for those of you who have Kick, I recommend you download Restream. So that way, for all you gamers out there, for all you video gamers out there, for those of you that's doing it, for those of you that's doing it to chat, if you're doing it to chat with the viewers or listeners per se, that works too. So download Kick, you can download Restream, and and for Streamlabs, Twitch, you can also use YouTube. Excuse me, you can also use YouTube as well. And if you are uploading any, if you're trying to upload any audio episodes to streaming platforms, um, Spotify for Creators has a feature when you click the new episode, it's going to take you to Riverside FM, and then from there you can upload the audio, whether you have it, whether you have the video version, or whether you can even convert the videos to MV. You can even convert the videos to MP3. MP3. That's mostly what I do with most of my podcasts as well. So, um, I would have to look up the name of the program that I use to convert the videos to MP3, and I'll probably get back to y'all. Actually, as a matter of fact, yeah, you can download. Hang on a second. Yeah, so the name of the program that I have is. So the name of the program that I have is um it's a free video to MP3 converter. You can download it onto your laptops. So that way you don't have to worry. So that way you don't have to worry about copying the link to the other MP3 page that I used to use. You can download the video, you can convert it to MP3 and stuff, and then from there you can upload it to Riverside, and then after you after you export, it's going to take a couple of minutes to load, and then it'll send you back to Spotify for Creators, and then you put your episode number and the topics in the description, your social medias, and everything else in there as well. All right. So that's your podcast free game mechanisms, folks. If any of y'all are out there who are interested in starting a podcast and you need some helpful tips on how to start a podcast, you can also you can even DM me on Instagram, man, at G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York, man. I will gladly give you some tips, man. I'll gladly give you some tips, man. All right. So also I want to throw in another gadget that I have right here. So I have an extension. So I have a ports extension cord that has seven USB ports. That way you can plug in your ring lights, you can plug in your microphone, you can plug in you can even plug in your phone, whatever you're trying to plug in, man. You can actually get it off of Amazon. Actually, that's where I got mine from. So there you go, right there. All right. All right. So, what do you say? What do you say we wrap this up right here, man? Can we do that? All right, man. Last segment of the day is stream choices on the go. Let's do this. All right, folks, make sure you follow Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast on Bluesky Social, Facebook, Threads, and Instagram, alongside one of my other podcast shows that I do, which is also on Bluesky Social as well. And that is the Sports Edition show, Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, my entertainment review show, Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast. And of course, you can also follow me, your host with the most, G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. All three of the podcasts that I just mentioned, they are on Bluesky Social. They are on Facebook, Threads, and Instagram. All right. So there you go, right there, man. And I want to mention something actually. So if you are new and you missed any episodes whatsoever, there is a link tree. There's a link tree that actually have go to the link tree link that says linktree/G Money Stacks 555. I will show you a way to I will show you something actually. All right. So you can listen to the episodes on Odyssey, Audible, Audio Burst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Bullhorn FM, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Overhaul FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Podcast Guru, Podvine, Snipped, Spotify for podcasters. Make sure you take a look at the section in Spotify for podcasters. There's a comment section where you can actually chime in on what you thought of the topics in today's episode or any previous episodes whatsoever. All right. And speaking of Spotify, man, I will actually mention too. You can also add the podcast to your playlist on Spotify. I'm trying to get the listenership on Spotify up. So if you have Spotify, please make sure you take a listen. All right. And of course you can also listen on TuneIn Radio, Fountain, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the number one app where you can listen to your favorite music artists, R&B singers, um, rappers, hip hop artists, radio stations, podcasts, and episodes for free. You don't need a debit card or credit card to download iHeartRadio. All you need to do is subscribe and follow the podcast on every streaming platform that I just mentioned. And of course, you can go to of course go to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel page. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel page. Tell a friend to another friend. Um, Tell a friend to another friend, and leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and topics. And of course, be sure to also share the videos, download the episodes, including the ones that's your favorite. And of course, be sure to also add the podcast to your playlist, especially on Spotify. Be sure to also you know, you know, stay tuned for more video podcast episode, live stream recordings, and of course enable alerts so you don't miss out on any new episodes that's uploaded to the YouTube channel page and every streaming platform including YouTube. And of course share the link tree link alongside with the podcast with your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, girlfriends, people you're cool with, alongside with your friends. And the only way you could support this podcast is by spreading the word to your friends. And of course, that way it actually that way it'll make things a little easier for you. And speaking of YouTube, man, I want to show y'all something actually. As a matter of fact, I want to show y'all something real quick. Now, in the link tree link, you're gonna see a section where it says, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up on my Instagram real quick. So y'all can get a better idea. Hold on a second here. Hang on one second, folks. Hang on one second. All right. Let me wait for this to load up. All right. Okay. Um Hold on 1 second. Okay. When you go inside the Linktree link that says Linktree/G Money Stacks 555, you're gonna see a section where it says subscribe to Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast is on YouTube. This is the page I'm talking about here. So you can actually watch the podcast videos on this podcast playlist. Now don't worry about the live section. Don't worry about that. This is just the indication of when I'm going to be recording the podcast episodes via live stream on future dates. So this right here, and the reason why I added the YouTube link right here, because I wanted to make sure that you folks out there don't get lost. So the point I was trying to make earlier in regards to the whole SEO thing, I look, YouTube has a search engine. When you go on YouTube, you're gonna see a search engine. You're gonna type in G Money Stacks 555, right? Let me spell it out for y'all folks out there. It's GMoneyStackz, and that's 555. All right. You can't miss it. All right. This is the page you can subscribe to right there. So there you go, right there. All right. All right, man. All right. That's gonna do it for me, man. I'm your man, G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator. I appreciate every single one of y'all, especially 98 subscribers that I have right now on the channel. I'm trying to get more subscribers to come. That's why I say spread the word to your friends, your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, girlfriends, anyone in particular, everybody. Doesn't matter if it's family related. It doesn't matter. So yeah, man. I'd like to say thank you to every single listener and viewer on YouTube who took the time to actually get the chance to check out the episodes. And always remember, the grind doesn't stop, hard work pays off. There are no shortcuts. Man. It's all about putting in the work. If you want something, you have to work hard and earn it. And of course, whatever skill you have, if you have a skill in any career field you're trying to do, especially if you into the whole podcasting world like I am right now, you can also make sure you are on your P's and Q's, and also ask yourself this question: Are you doing this for the love of money, and a moment, or are you doing this for the fun and the amount of consistency when it comes to coming up with ideas of topics to talk about in each episode? That's what you should be asking yourself, man. And like I said earlier, man, don't worry about the SEO scam shit, man. It's bullshit. Okay, just like any other, just like any other fucking scams out there, man. Please do not fall for those scams. If they don't have an email address, phone number, portfolio to show their work and stuff, do not fall for that shit. All right. And let me add that it's very important, if you are a podcaster, to be yourself behind the microphone. Be on your P's and Q's creatively, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, that gets you into your zone alongside with tunnel vision. When it comes to following your goals and dreams, following your heart and your journey. And you know, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose, it's how you actually, you know, play the game. And the only way you are going to actually be seen is that you have to be seen. You have to be seen. You have to see yourself. From what Felicia Rashad said on on Sherry recently. All right. Now, the only way you're gonna be seen is that you have to see yourself before anybody else can see you and your grind and your hustle. All right. It's all about you. Don't worry about trying to please anybody else. It doesn't matter. It does not fucking matter. All right. And yes, I would like to also add that if you like the tips that I gave you for all you up and coming podcasters who are starting their own show, just have fun, be on your P's and Q's. Don't worry about money and shit, man. The only way you're gonna be able to get a little money is from sponsor ads. And be careful on which sponsor ads you choose, because a lot of times with these networks, a lot of times they tend to put limitations on you. It's very important as a podcaster like myself to care about authenticity, creative freedom, so you don't get fucking watered down to a PG-13. All my podcast shows, including this one, is basically rated R because I curse a lot, and because everybody's an adult, they have a way to express themselves. So I just wanted to actually put this out there. All right. So that's gonna do it, man. Remember, SEOs are scams, man. You have to take a look at their credentials, their portfolio, see if they have phone numbers, see if they have email addresses. If they don't have none of those shits, including podcast promoters, if they don't have any of that shit, then it's a fucking red flag and it's a scam, man. So please be careful out there, man, with these scammers. They try to take advantage of people and their hard-earned money for the fucking love of money. And that's why greed is a fucking curse. All right. All right, man. That's gonna do it. That's gonna do it, man. I'll see y'all next time in the next episode with more new topics. And I will keep track of the movie box office since Novocaine and the other movies had came out. So I'll be back with that next time, man. And by the way, man, if you are a New York Mets fan, right? If you are a New York Mets fan, I want to let you know that tomorrow on Sunday, 1 p.m., 1 p.m. There's going to be a game at 1 o'clock on Picks. Hang on a second. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up right here. Let me pull it up right here real quick. Yes. Yes. So the Mets play the Astros at 1:10 p.m. on Pix 11. And also tomorrow there is on SNY at 5 o'clock. There's going to be a New York Mets spring breakout New York Mets based on the prospects at 5 p.m. on SNY. So check your local listings. All right, man. I'm out of here. Peace and one love. I hope y'all enjoy your week and I hope y'all enjoy your weekend. I'll be back next time for the next episode and more topics to come. So peace and one love. Enjoy yourselves. Be careful out there with these scammers and everything else. Take care of yourself. Be safe out there. Peace and one love. Good night, everybody.